Okay, so I'm at the Fincher Fine Art Museum delivering my desert landscape piece. So I thought I'd walk around and just show you what all's here. Not everybody's here, but a lot of them. This is Tony Sala. He did this cathedral. I've never seen this one before, so this is a treat. This is really nice. And it's all done up in the inside too. I've seen pictures in the interior. So quite a spectacular piece of work. And then my buddy Nathan, he is the master of movement. And this boat actually, he has it motorized. It won't do it here probably, but it flows like it's sailing when he takes it to the show. There he is. He and I have been really good friends. He was the first person that I met at the Houston Brick Club. So, and I apologize for the audio. I may redo this, but because they're here working to install. Yeah, he spent months hand tying all that rigging, all the knots, and then making the sails. And this is just, he is just amazing. He deserves to be on Lego Master by far, but doing what he does, he's a mechanic for a living, so he'd never be able to get the time off that. And here's going to be Moto's display. I think many of you might recognize that ship. I think that's what he sent, was on the TV show. And I'm not sure who did this. Oh, Lieber. Pretty cool. And then over here, Ed Chang, him and Tony are the main train guys here in town. And Ed did this absolutely phenomenal replica of the Imperial Sugar Factory there in Sugarland, which is right next door to where I live. This thing usually is in the train layout and will be at Brick Rodeo, I'm sure. He did the interior. Tell you what, Ed is, he's a master of trains and architecture as well. And he's really good with movement too. And I believe, yes, this is a very small portion of Adam's Alamo that won at Brick Rodeo. This thing is massive. I think it's like 8 feet by 8 feet, the entire layout with the entire mission. And it's got a condensed version for the airport. For the show, art show. This was a massive undertaking. We spent lots of time doing all this greebling, they call it. And every bit of the entire layout has lots of that kind of work. Just amazing. And here, many of the group have been working on this. Peter Lieber, one of our members, actually came up with this idea several years ago. It was his baby. And a gentleman by the name of Brian Costello took over getting it done, helped when Peter moved away. So they finally just finished it in time for this show. I did not help with this. I could have. I'm not a micro builder. And I just never had time. They did a phenomenal job. Like I said, this was a collaborative effort by many, many, many of the group. made. And I won't begin to try and tell you what all these towers are, buildings. I've been in some of them over the years. When I was an investigator, I used to work downtown. Spent a lot of time in the courthouse, wherever it is. I should know it. And I'm not sure who did this. I've seen it at some of the conventions over the years, but really super nice. Triptych. Just so clever how they could do all that with those pieces like that. I don't know if I'm that clever, but I sure love looking at it. I recognize a whole lot of stuff. Look at that dragon in there. I can't remember that little dinosaur's name from Toy Story, but and then my buddy Steve Laughlin and his daughter did this for last year's, or the 2018 Brick Fiesta in Austin. So a lot of great parts usage in this thing. And then this is a bit behind, but I believe this was at Brick Rodeo. Not sure who did this. And here's mine. It's going on this wall. I'm gonna let the young ladies hang it. And then my buddy Greg, he does these wonderful mosaics. And if you believe it or not, he does this with just these primary colors. Red, green, and yellow. And then when you get away, you see all these different color blends, and it's truly an optical illusion. That's cool. I hadn't seen this one before. Another at Greg's. See, it's amazing. You don't see, looks all like he created orange, but it's just all in that primary dots. Create the illusion. Another of Steve's. That's his own creation there. And then this gentleman was just bringing this in. I know some people that will really love this. I'm Batman. And last but not least, we got my buddy Dave Slater. And he is a master car builder. Most of these probably have lights. I've yet. I want the kit to, I want the instructions of this. This is the car I've always wanted. And this Batmobile, it actually, he's got it all remote control. He was driving it at Brick Rodeo last year. This is what Lego needs to be. This needs to be the next Lego UCS Batmobile, right here. And let's see. That is a technique that our late TJ Avery built. One of the last things he built. So, all right, well that's what's here. I know there's a few more pieces that are gonna be brought in, but that's what we got for now. So we'll talk to y'all later. Appreciate it.